Hello, 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 beautiful creatures of the world, and welcome back to Coffee with Kerri-Lynn. I got me another takeout today. Day 2, yes. Day 2 this week, I got a takeout. It's the little things that matter, the small gestures. He's a good man. He's a good man. He spoils me, and let me tell you, he does spoil me. Always has, always will. And it's the small things, the little tiny gestures that say, I appreciate what you do. I appreciate what you do for our life. I appreciate what you do for our children. I appreciate what you do at the homestead. And you don't have to make yourself a cup of coffee today, babe. I got it covered. And it's those little moments that instill such gratitude in me. It's those random acts of kindness. I didn't expect to get up today and find a liquid candy bar on my table. I already got one this week. But yeah, I like mine from a certain company, and I like mocha, and I like toasted almond, and I like a shot of coconut in it. So it just makes a liquid candy bar. And makes the whole day better. It really does. Start you off on the right foot. So, how's things been going? We've been talking a lot about the holidays because Thanksgiving's coming right up on us in a couple days. And the big discussion around our table, breakfast table, our dinner table, and with family and friends, extended family and friends that are out of state, everybody's saying the same thing. It's expensive this year. It's expensive to put the turkey on the table with all the trimmings this year. And it's more expensive than last year. That's what they're telling me. I didn't do it last year because if you watch my previous video, I got sick with C19 4 days before the holiday. And we didn't have a Thanksgiving. So, but this year, the prices are blowing my mind at the store. Pumpkin. Did you see the price of the can of pumpkin up here? $2.50 a can. Who the hell can afford $2.50 a can for pumpkin? This is insanity. It is insanity. That's just small can. It's like $4 for the big can. National product. It's blowing my mind. It really is. The prices are absolutely ridiculous. And people are breaking the bank. They're breaking the bank to put the traditional holiday dinner on the table. And it sucks. It sucks. And I wasn't going to break the bank. Even though we have the baby, he came home. And he came home this summer. And they got married. They had their baby. Now we've got the 3 grandbabies up there. They had their 3rd baby in the fall. And so it's the first year that for quite a while that I'm actually having the kids home. And it's the first time that we are having all our grandchildren here. So Mima is so happy and Pop is so excited. And we just, I love the back to the huge traditional Thanksgivings. We're doing a little bit out of lockstep this year, but it'll all get done and it'll all be great. And we always did these big traditional dinners with our kids. And I can remember it was right around the time that our kids kind of swerved into high school, into that whole racket of teenagedom, that my grandmother had 4 children. She had 11 grandchildren, 5 great-grandchildren, significant others, husbands, boyfriends, girlfriends, you name it. They was all there. And that's when, our kids were sliding into the high school thing. And I was like, this is too much. This is too much for her. The house was just like, chaos. And we were always vying on the holidays, spending what holidays with my mother-in-law, spending what holidays with my side of the family, my grandmother and my mom and all that. It was just like, it was hard. So, I decided to pick up Thanksgiving at our house. And we had, for a long time, we had my mom and my mother-in-law are best friends. They've been friends for 40 years. So it was nothing to blend that portion of the family in. Himself and I met. I was young. He was young. We were friends. I lived upstairs in the apartment upstairs. He lived in the apartment downstairs. And as we grew and I got cute, we had kids and got married. That's the long and short of that deal. And our moms were best friends, and they remain best friends. And they share grandchildren. It's people think I think it's kind of cool. My mom and my mother-in-law think it's really cool. They not only did they form a friendship, but that friendship ended up with them sharing grandchildren. So, it's a lifelong thing, and it's really cool. And so it wasn't hard. We just kind of blended it all. And then my in-laws, it got kind of hard for them to come over for the holidays. So my mother-in-law, I handed the torch back off to my mother-in-law, and she did the dinner and I did the dessert, and that's that. And so we did that at her house, and her house was only a couple streets away from my grandmother's house. Yeah, I know. It gets better. And so then we started doing trade-offs for the holidays, my mother-in-law got Thanksgiving, and my grandmother got Christmas Eve, and Christmas, we split Christmas Day. Dinner at my mother-in-law's, dinner, dessert, and then in the evening, we'd go over to my grandmother's a couple streets away and have coffee and dessert, and so kind of everything was great. And Thanksgiving, Easter was kind of the same thing. We had dinner with my in-laws, and then we had dessert over at my grandmother's, so everybody got to see everybody, and that's how it worked out. And then we moved back to Maine. Our kids grew up, they empty nested, and then it was him and I looking at each other for many years across the table. So we did our own little thing. You can only eat so many large turkeys. You can only have turkey so many times a week. So we, himself and I, we decided we were going to break tradition altogether. And some years we had a good old-fashioned Yankee pot roast. Other years we had spaghetti. We've had ham. We've had chickens. We've had fried chicken for Thanksgiving. We've had lasagna, which is in fact what I had planned for this Thanksgiving, because with the kids, you never know with kids. They like everything pasta. But himself and I, we planned on a lasagna. And then our son says to us in the holiday, let's get together discussion, how are we going to do this? What's the logistics? And I says, listen, Dad wants lasagna. So that's what we're going to have, a good Italian Thanksgiving. And my son says, well, I would like to have a traditional Thanksgiving for the kids, just like we used to have. And I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker. And I was like, okay. So we decided that we were going to break it down, and putting on 2 meals is expensive. But not going to lie, it's expensive. So we decided we're going to split the expense, just share it. And my son and his wife are going to supply the turkey. I'm going to supply the fixins, and I'm going to supply the lasagna. For me, it's easy because the fixins, and the only thing I have to buy for lasagna this week is the hamburger, and that is Mason, and we're trying to this is working Homestead, guys. Interruptions happen. So I got to buy the hamburger, and everything else comes off my pantry. They're going to get the bird, and of course I'm going to fix it. We're going to cook at my house this year. And we have asked my daughter-in-law to supply some of her traditions, if she would like to bring a traditional dish from her side of the family, or if she would just like to incorporate any tradition that her family had that she wants, her children to have. So I've always been into the blend, and I know some people are stalwart traditionalists, but I'm here to let you know that it's okay to blend your traditions. It's okay to blend families. I know there's people that are empty nesting, and maybe you have a full house, and your child is bringing their boyfriend or their girlfriend, but that leaves their parents alone. Invite their parents over. I know there are a lot of people, especially grandmas, that front the whole burden, the whole meal, and they front the whole expense for that. So if you're finding that it's financially difficult this year, there's no shame in that. Absolutely no shame. Things are expensive. Everybody knows. Okay. You don't have to keep subjecting your pocketbook to financial devastation for holidays, especially this year. It is okay, grandmas of the world. It is perfectly okay to say to everybody, all your grown-up kids that are coming with their kids, and your grandchildren, this year I will provide the turkey or whatever it is you're having, and you guys will provide the side dishes. Do a buffet, do a potluck. Something like that. Have everybody bring a little something. Have everybody bring a dessert. I'm also picking up the desserts. So that is also coming off my pantry. I'm making an apple pie. I'm making a pumpkin pie, which I did not pay $2.50 a can for that pumpkin. And I'm making a chocolate cream pie for my baby son. The baby, he always gets spoiled. I wasn't going to do chocolate pie, and he's like, Ma, come on. So he's getting his chocolate pie, and Papa will be happy because he also wanted chocolate pie. But when it comes to Papa, I'm like, you're getting an apple pie. You're good enough. That's what you want. That's what you order. But we're doing chocolate pie this year. But all that's coming off of my pantry. I just have to buy the whipped cream. And that's the end of that. But it alleviates some financial burden, and it alleviates some cooking burden, grandmas. Just let them participate. Build a new tradition. I know that there are people that are just going to be empty nesting, and you're kind of doing like it's going to be a lonely season for you. If you cannot get to your children and your children cannot get home to you to do your traditional Thanksgiving, we used to one big thing that we used to do on the holidays, on Thanksgiving especially, is we would have dinner at my mother-in-law's, and then we'd go catch a movie, all of us. We just take off, we'd catch a movie right after dinner, and then after the movie, we'd head out over to my grandmother's. And yeah, it used to be fun. The memories that are made. And yep, the kids liked it. As long as we saw a movie that Grampy liked, we were in business. So we always picked some kind of crazy action adventure. It satisfied the kids. They were all teenagers, and it satisfied Grampy. He didn't have to sit through no love stories or anything sappy. And we all had a great time. So it was, it was just a thing we did. And himself, after the kids empty nested, when we came back to Maine, after the kids empty nested, same thing. We used to have our dinner and run to the movie theater. That was our Thanksgiving. We never gave that up. This year, like I said, times are tight. The kids are small, so there will be no movies. But we'll build some new traditions this year. That's what we've decided. So we're going to have a traditional and untraditional holiday this year. And it's okay. Here to say it's okay. There are a lot of single people out in the world, kids that have gone to college and just can't get home. And you can do fun things. If you're not invited to a friend's house or you just don't have anywhere to go, build your own tradition. Maybe, one of the coolest things that a friend of mine does, they've been single forever. And they have their little dinner. A lot of times they order a takeout the day before, and they kind of heat it up on Thanksgiving, but then they build their Christmas tree. They put up their Christmas tree and they decorate it, and they FaceTime. We all FaceTime together. That's another big thing that we do to help with the loneliness, to help with the, I've lived away from home many, many years. My family is still in Rhode Island, all of them. His family is still in Rhode Island, and we FaceTime. We FaceTime and we have a good laugh, and I video the holiday and send it to them. And the computer age, it's amazing. It really is. It's amazing, and it breaks up the loneliness. And then we kind of can all be together, together but not together. But hey, it works. So that's what we're doing. We're building new traditions. We're blending traditions this year, and we're having an unconventional meal. And we're not breaking the bank. Absolutely not breaking the bank. I'm not going to go into debt to put dinner on the table for everybody. And I don't want the kids going into debt to put dinner on the table. So here you have it. Some budget-wise. If you have a pantry like I've been yelling at y'all about for a couple of years, if you have a pantry, then work off your pantry. money's tight, work off your pantry. And, sometimes it just might be cracking that can of chicken that you got in the pantry and put the trim on and you're in business. So what I would like to do now is thank my 7 subscribers. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate you. I really do. We're a new channel and we're growing and we're just, we're developing content. We don't know where this is going to go. This is our homestead. This is our life. And, if you want to know something or you want to talk about certain topics to do with homesteading or building your pantry or whatever, having your animals or whatever it is that you want to see, what kind of content, just hit me in the comments. If you have a question about homesteading or anything that I talk about here in general, put the word question or a question mark will do in front of your statement, and we'll know it's a question and we'll get back to you and we will answer you. And we try to respond to all of our comments, and with 7 subscribers, it's not that hard. And we would like you to smash that like button and subscribe to our channel if you like our content. You can either give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down. We don't care. Any attention is attention for the algorithm. And I would like to close by saying we do appreciate everybody. We appreciate everybody who views our videos, whether it's our videos or our blooper shorts. Thank you. You are appreciated. And carpe diem, beautiful creatures of the world, because nobody promised you a tomorrow. Have a great holiday.